Maybe you even came across my channel in the search, and what attracted you was the number 717. This time, a lot of justice is being brought towards the connection in terms of proving to others that your connection is very much real, and there is nothing that is going to get in the way of you two expressing yourselves. Hey guys, what's going on? It's Intuitive 717. I am back with another video. I am here with mega good vibes today. We hope everyone's doing extremely well, and that you guys are just enjoying the weekend. If you're in Canada, happy long weekend. And yeah, we just send you guys mega good vibes, mega relaxing vibes. So we wanted to record this video for you guys today because the masculines are feeling a little bit anxious at this time, and they're thinking about the connection, very heavily. Some of them can't actually sleep because they're thinking a lot about the conversations that you both have had, and that's what's making them feel very in love with you. And the interesting thing about that is it's not the way you look, it's not where you're from, it's not what you have or what you do. It is just literally the look in your eyes. I don't know if you guys are maybe FaceTiming, or you've finally met in person, or you're spending more time in person with each other, but it's a lot of things. It's like the way you smell, the way you laugh. It's very familiar, it's very soothing, it's very calming to the soul. A lot of you are remembering who each other are, and I kind of feel like that 717 energy for those of you, which is why you're so attracted to the number. I think that it's like the silent confirmations of everything that you guys go through in your connection, and it all brings you back to this message that says have courage and have faith, because the physical union between you guys is trying to happen. So I felt that very strongly, which is why I wanted to record a video. This one's feeling like extra affectionate, so I just feel like this is the perfect time to kind of tune into the masculine energies and hear exactly what they have to say to the feminine, because the vibe that I'm getting and the personal experiences that I'm having lets me know that they're losing sleep. And if you guys are able to, as the divine feminine energy, relax yourselves and send a bit of positive energy their way, even just through like forgiveness, letting them know you've got their back regardless of the space or what's going on right now, I think it would do wonders in terms of especially how you're feeling as well, divine feminine, because when the masculines are losing sleep, you guys are too. You're tossing and turning in bed, you're feeling the fogginess, you're feeling worried, tired, and then sometimes you're like, where the hell is this coming from? Like, I was having such a good day, and now all of a sudden I feel down. So trust those instincts and trust those vibes, and just know that you have a lot of power to shift the feelings and emotions and the waves that are happening within your connection, just by shifting to the feeling of love, forgiveness, and just peace and compassion. That's what you're here to experience. Your soul didn't come here to say, yeah, like, I want the shitty parts of life permanently. No, like, it came here to experience the shitty parts so that you guys could grow and evolve to know that you're beyond the crappy parts of life. Like, your energy is so powerful, it is so bewildering. Many of you have so many gifts to share and give to this world, and now is the time that a lot of this is coming up for you guys, and it's a little overwhelming, but I've got you guys, and so does your spiritual team. And I feel like if you're really tuning in and watching this video, then this is a direct message for those of you who are kind of in that place of, I don't know where to go from here, but I know I don't want to experience the negative cycles of my twin flame journey anymore, okay? Your counterparts behind you, because at times they feel this way as well, but your divine masculines don't want to lose you. And the fact that you're actually considering this for the first time in terms of just like moving forward, being yourself, just being friendly, flirty, being compassionate towards yourself and others, and just wanting to truly fulfill your own meaning of happiness, it's worrying them a little bit, but at the same time, it's pushing them in the direction to explore what this means for themselves as well. Right, I hope that makes sense for you guys, and I'm going to dive right into the cards. So, if you're drawn to the tarot of sexual magic, you're feeling a sexual pull from your divine masculine, and this may be why you're constantly thinking about the connection. Even if you're connecting physically with them, you'll find that the chemistry between you two is very heavy. Maybe you might even confuse the lust and the fantasizing for them as something that's wrong or something that isn't a problem or an issue in the connection. So those of you who are attracted to this deck, those are the messages surrounding that. Those of you that are attracted to the Archangel Guidance deck, maybe you are at a place where you just genuinely need some guidance towards your connection with your twin flame, because things are maybe at a standstill and you just need some hope and encouragement from the angelic team and your higher self that this is in fact the right path that you're on. And I do hope that your intuition lights up in terms of receiving these messages. Please take what resonates for you and leave behind what doesn't. And the third deck here, if Michael will stop grooming me, we've got the Fairy Tarot. And the Fairy Tarot is for those of you who are really trying to work with your confident energies right now, whether it's letting go of the connection, being more of yourself, charging forward, taking action, being more present in the moment. I feel like the Fairy Tarot, the angels, their playful energy supports you very much at this time, and you're being called to let you know that this fiery, passionate, charge forward energy within you, go for it and follow your instinct, because you don't need anyone's approval, guidance, their validation to make your own moves, okay? Alright, so we're going to dive into the Tarot of Sexual Magic here. Okay, so we have the Justice card coming out. So for those of you in this deck who are feeling much of a pull to your masculine sexually, I do feel like the 717 energy is very present in your connection. So I wouldn't be surprised for those of you who are seeing this number synchronicity, or maybe you even came across my channel in the search and what attracted you was the number 717. Justice card also represents air signs as well, and so if that resonates with you, I really feel like at this time a lot of justice is being brought towards the connection in terms of proving to others that your connection is very much real and there is nothing that is going to get in the way of you two expressing yourselves towards each other. But right now is a game of patience for the divine feminine energy, and you're going to need to put your shields up, your protective shields. You're going to need to take care of yourself, be surrounded by the things that make you feel soothed, including pets, plants, your family members, your friends, people that make you feel very positive. Because right now your divine counterpart is in a place of having to face the same energies that you did in the beginning in terms of telling you that this wasn't possible. But now that you know, you're able to sit in your truth, protect yourself, but at the same time, with the scales balancing, you know what's on the way. And so you're remaining very patient at this time, because the sexual fantasies of your divine masculine, I feel, is what's telling you that he's thinking about you and he's on his way, So we have the Six of Pentacles coming up. So for me, the Six represents a lot of compromises. Even though the feminine might be torn by the separation or his silence, it's like he's trying to be there in the background to let you know that he's there, but he can't quite walk through that door yet unless he ties up loose ends, because he's very protective of the feminine energy. He wants to be very fruitful with her and create a lot in this connection, but something tells me that the reason he hasn't come through that door yet is because he has not made the compromises that he needs to in the physical world in order to accept your connection. And even though you've given with her breasts out, and even though that you've made offers in terms of her eating the fruit, he's not quite there yet, and this is bringing you a lot of pain. And this is a divine message for you as well, to compromise with the fact that your higher self is trying to teach you to discern and walk away from the things that aren't giving as much as you're giving. And it's okay, no one's judging you or no one's having any animosity towards this, but I feel like at the end of the day, sorry my God, I'm so sorry to make that sound, Bubby. At the end of the day, the divine feminines in this group, you're really being called to face the pain and rejection and abandonment you feel in the connection, And at the same time, like, have trust and faith that your masculine knows what he's doing, but you don't have to sit around crying, picking from the basket of fruit that seems full. It's time for you to create and to be spontaneous in your endeavors. Now is not time for you to wait around, because with the Justice card here, you already know that things are being taken care of, right? So she's balancing her fruit. She's not necessarily like wasting it away. Let me see what else comes out of this deck to really clarify that. Okay, so we have the Hermit energy. So those of you are really feeling the sexual pull towards your counterpart because he's asking himself, has the flame gone out? But he too himself is going to have to realize that this connection is there for life, just like you've had to realize, Divine Feminine. And I feel like this is the both of your energy in terms of like taking space away from each other. So if he ends up feeling like, okay, I need space, you're like, okay, take your space. And that's why he feels like the flame has gone out, because the Divine Feminine is no longer in a place of telling him like, okay, I'll be here as long as it takes. It's almost like, okay, if that's what you want to think, then I can't help you. You have to transform your own thoughts, because I've got a lot of shit going on in my life where I can't worry about transforming your thoughts, buddy. And that's just what it is. Like, the Divine Feminines are being extremely strong and fierce right now, so they are feeling a sexual pull from their counterpart. But try not to let this distract you, Divine Feminines. It's almost like a form of codependency that's being shadowed or mirrored so that you can see. But if a lot of you are feeling guided to just like not reply to his message, not reach out, just kind of stay cool, stay stay mellow, stay silent at this time, follow that vibe, because I think that a lot of you get excitement from when your Divine Masculine reaches out and kind of like spills the beans on what's been going on. But if he's in the Hermit energy right now, he's coming forward because, again, these cards are just reflecting the fact that justice is coming. And that there's not a lot that he can do to really hide the fact that he's coming towards the feminine. Because each and every time, it's like the image I get in this is that he's constantly having to compromise with his higher self in terms of what he actually wants, and it's forcing him into introspection and action. Okay? So I'm going to go with the Archangel Guidance deck here. So for those of you who were attracted to this deck, I really feel that you're maybe just looking for some reassurance from your angelic team that they're here and they're guiding you at this time, no matter what it is you're going through in your twin flame journey. Many of you are experiencing the heartache of like separation, whether or not you should move on and go your separate ways. And sometimes these thoughts aren't occurring for no reason. They're trying to push you to like develop your self-awareness. Okay. So we have career transition. So many of you are being silent with your connection with your masculines right now because you're going through a lot, especially career-wise. And this might even be the Divine Masculines with the feminines. Many of them are silent at this time because they are having to experience the physical material world. And this has a lot to do with going through a career transition with the realization that the 9-to-5 rat race doesn't cut it anymore. And many of us are seeking out our soul divine purposes at this time. And there's many shifts that are occurring on Earth right now that are valuable to us. And the masculines are feeling the shift right now. And Archangel Chamuel is there as a reminder to let us know that, blessings are on the way when we follow our path, when we follow what it is we want versus what's going to make a lot of money or what's going to get us ahead, give better status, things like that. I mean, those patterns are becoming so outdated, and many of us are starting to follow our hearts in terms of what can we bring to the table that will be of service to others, but at the same time help us to feel like we are contributing in some way. So many of you are experiencing this energy right now. And I think that it's benefiting your twin flame connection because it's putting you in a position where you can actually make some moves to come together in the physical. So we have all is well. So I feel like this card comes out, to let you all know that you're okay to make the decisions that you need to make. because I think that many of you are worried about transitioning careers. Many of you are worried about being separated from your spouse. You're very worried about charging forward on your own independently, but codependence is trying to heal. But the angels are letting you know, if you are brave enough to take that step and explore what it means to be solely independent on yourself and give everything and trust that you're supported by the angelic realms and God and everyone in the universe and cosmos that's here to support your life on earth, they're around you letting you know all is well. So everything's happening exactly the way it's supposed to be because you designed it this way. This reading found you, you didn't click on it, it found you for you to click on it. And I really do feel like your angels are sending you a strong message that, paired with the career transition card here, there's a lot of you wanting to make some serious moves creatively, artistically, but you're just so afraid because what you've been told in the past when you do try to take that route. Many family members, friends, they've never supported you when it comes to expressing yourselves artistically, but your angels are here to let you know if this is what you've always thought about as a child, and if being creative and childlike is something that you have excelled at, and it's what makes you happy and it's what makes others happy around you, all is well. Go for it. Everything is happening, and all of the thoughts in your mind about what it is you want to do, the angels are here to support that, and they're trying to remind you of it as well. Okay? We'll go for one more in this deck. Okay, so I'm going to end with teaching and learning. So there's a lot that many of you have experienced, and I feel like this is your moment to shine. Some of you are like, well, if I get out of my 9 to 5, what do I do? Well, teach everybody about what your 9 to 5 was about. Take those skills that you've learned and teach them to other people. Okay? Keep an open mind about this as well, because Archangel Zadkiel is here to send you specific messages. And just because you have been learning one thing for a long time doesn't mean you can't learn something new. There's many of you out there who work at businesses that have nothing to do with the personal passions that you have. Well, maybe this message is here to let you know that the passions that you do have regarding your creativity, maybe some of you have specific skills when it comes to doing something on the side that you need to teach other people so that they can learn from it. And maybe they need to know how you juggle having a 9 to 5 job as well as doing your side business, right? They need to know these skills from you. So keep an open mind and teach it not only to, if you decide to share a social media account, but teach it to your family and your friends and help them to gain the skills and knowledge that you have. And you'll find yourselves in situations where you're starting to network and interact with people that are going to make your dreams a possibility in the physical. Okay? So those are the messages for that deck. We're going to end off by using the Fairy Tarot. So for those of you who resonated with the deck, confidence in the material world is trying to embark itself and make an appearance in your life. If you guys noticed the last reading I mentioned, particularly I talked about black butterflies appearing with yellow, and I really do feel like it's a sort of like a premonition or an idea of what's to come, because with the pumpkins it resonates with fall, and I feel like many of you are in the planning phases of awakening to what it is you want to do in the physical world. And strongly, like I keep getting this message over and over again, but there's many of you in jobs where you don't want to do it anymore. You want to be your own boss, but you just need to know how to get started or where to get ideas from or how to network. And I'm here to tell you that research everything that you need to, because your mind is rapidly awakening to all of the ideas that you have in mind. If you see him here sitting and pondering, and it's funny that he's eating fruit too, because he knows that there's a lot to be planted at this time, and there's a lot to be harvested when you put your mind and thought into something that's happening. And your angels have your back, okay? So have faith with this process, and know that you are divinely supported whenever you take any kind of positive action towards your goals. I promise you guys that I would not have started this channel unless I physically started taking action. At first I was afraid to record my voice, so I started off with the letters, and then little by little I started recording my voice and then showing my face. So it's all a slow process, guys. Just take your time and know that you're supported by people like me out here who love you guys terribly. Like, I love you guys to death for supporting me in my mission work and supporting Mega and reaching out for the personal readings, commenting on my channel. All of this makes such a difference in helping me to create a community and do something meaningful. So don't think for a second that there's not other people out there to support you guys the same way, okay? So the dreamer, and you know, the overall vibe I get is like your masculine is on your team, divine feminine. Like, a lot of you divine feminines are getting sick and tired of the back and forth, the ghosting, all of these things, and 2020 is really pushing into your reality this vibration of not waiting around and making things happen for yourself, even if that means just embarking on whatever journey you feel you need to. I think that the twin flame awakening was just the beginning for many of you. It turned you into the dreamer. It turned you into seeing the possibilities. And that red cardinal there is beautiful because, guys, honestly, there's been this red cardinal in my backyard that's been like following me around. And I told myself, I'm like, one day I'm going to catch you on camera, bro. Like, one day you're going to land on my fence, and some way, shape, or form, I'm going to have my camera phone handy and I'm going to catch you. And finally, I caught him on camera, and I knew the dreamer card was going to show up tonight. Oh my god, my eyebrows. I hope I did them. Okay, I did. Yeah, guys, alright, so I'm gonna make sure, let me timestamp this, 2110, so I'm gonna make sure I insert the clip of that red cardinal in my backyard. So those of you who resonate with this, you guys are on this journey to becoming free, not giving a shit about what anybody says about what you want to do for a living, who you want to love as your twin flame, like anything that's going on in your life, you don't give a shit right now, and you're gonna take whatever clothes you have, put it on your back, and you're gonna walk the path. This talks about walking our individual path, our own individual journey, and right now you guys are in the planning phase of doing that, okay? I'm going to go for one more out of this deck to seal the messages on that. So we have 7 of Wands. So a lot of passionate energy here coming up in regards to awakening to who you are. So be assertive, okay? Don't be afraid to say no. Protect your energy right now. Preserve your energy. Okay, my beautiful friend DR always says preserve the energy within you, so don't be afraid to say no. And also, like, don't let people put their crap on you. Like, many of you divine feminines right now are really feeling this urge to kind of break free from the tradition, break free from the orthodox, and really go against the grain here. And I'm here to support you and tell you guys that, like, you're incredible. Like, another thing too that I thought when I was replying to your comments in the videos and you guys have your pictures on your thumbnails, I'm like, holy hell, like, these ladies are gorgeous. Like, you guys are gorgeous. You're beautiful. So keep expressing yourself, okay? Because the 7 of Wands talks about awakening to your passion, wearing color, wearing makeup, expressing the true nature of yourself. Even if it's you being the biggest tomboy ever, you need to express this side of you that wants to get creative, okay? And there's a lot of you who are very feminine, and maybe your tone of voice is very soft-spoken like mine. Maybe you come in tiny little packages, but it doesn't mean you are fierce as hell and you... Someone said it in the comments the other day, and excuse my French, but you will not refuse to cut a bitch if the time comes. And I said that in the reply too. I was like, you know what, when it comes to my kid, like, yeah, like, as meek and as tiny and vulnerable looking as I may be sometimes, like, if you mess with what's my own, I will cut you. And that's just, you know, a little bit of slang for I will get really serious and you will see a different side to me. And many of you are feeling this change, you're feeling this energy within you, and Twintuitive 717 is here to say, embrace it and get used to it, because this feminine energy, this fierceness, this fiery passion, it's not going anywhere, alright? I love you guys, and I hope this reading finds you all well. I will catch you in the next one. Take care, my lovely angels.